Well, good afternoon, everybody from sunny Florida. My name is Graham Williamson, and we're streaming on WGSN-DB Going Solo Network, radio, TV, and podcasts. We're the number one internet singles talk network. My show's called Dare to Dream. Hang on, before we go any further, there's live WGSN-DB Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn for more shows. We're on Roku and Amazon TV. I'm just a little bit hyper today, and I'll tell you why in a minute. But my show, Dare to Dream, as I say, I'm the host, Graham Williamson. I'm an international intuitive, evidential medium and psychic. I'm nearly 70. I started this when I was 3.5 years of age. And I've learned a heck of a lot. I still know that much to what I need to know. I'm hoping to at least get there before I pop my clocks. But today's show is called Listening Within. And I want you to remember that, because the title appeared to me a couple of weeks ago, and I gave it to Cece, who's a producer of this wonderful streaming network. And then a week afterwards, I was talking with my wonderful wife about the Northern Lights and how the Schumann Renaissance was hitting the earth, and about how all these aches and pains that we suddenly have started to get. Yeah, we're getting older, but this was out of the ordinary. And for the last couple of months, things have been building up. And when you think about what protects the earth, the magnetic field. Now, just remember that as well. Now, we are, all humans, and most life, is made up with water. Humans especially. I don't know the percentage, like 70% of water or liquid inside the body. And we have our own energy field, our own north and south. Comes out the top, goes all the way around, and comes back through. Our auric field, or energy field. Now, this energy is electrical. So, we're sat at the moment in Central Florida, USA, which is midway between the northern hemisphere, Capricorn, and the equator. If you went to the equator, the magnetics of the Earth are different. If you go to the North Pole, they're intense. But remember also, the North Pole, there's a hole at the top and a hole at the bottom of the South Pole, because the energy comes out like a donut and revolves all the way through the center of the Earth. And that's what affects life on Earth. We as humans have got used to this energy. We sort of dismiss it. But if anybody's had or seen pigeons and other birds that fly north, south, like the albatross and some of the other wildlife, they go by the stars and the sun and also the energy, the electrical field. They hone in onto this field and they know how to get from point A to point B, hundreds to thousands of miles apart, because they feel this energy. Well, getting back to humans, the whole point I'm trying to make today is we all have chakra points. It could be 7 or 9 if you want to get more intense in the chakra fields. And they're from the crown all the way to the base of the spine. And these are like different colors. We depict them as different colors, white all the way down through the colors of the spectrum. Now, the spectrum is made up of different wavelengths of energy and light combined. A blue is totally different from a yellow, etc. But it's the intensity of that electrical field that changes the color. So we've all been hearing on the news about the Schumann resonance coming from the sun and the solar flares. They're the most extreme recorded in many, many years. I think it's about 50 years. And this energy is hitting the Earth's magnetic field. It's like having an electric hairdryer on, blowing at a water fountain. And it's spreading all the water out. A bit like a donut. It's coming out from the middle and going out. I'm not a scientist, and I'm not going to pretend I know fully what it is that's happening. But I can tell you what I do know. I know fully that the electrical field that we're feeling from the sun, those magnetic storms coming from the sun, is affecting my chakra points. I feel my kidneys and my heart feeling out of whack. I'm drinking more water. My heart's racing a little bit more. But by doing exercises, breathing exercises, I've calmed my body down. The drinking water is no problem. I just pick up another bottle. I've always got a couple of bottles nearby. Because I know that my body is being changed by the electrical energy flowing through it. I don't know how it does it, literally. I know we're on the big ball and the North Pole, it's coming around us to the South Pole. But it's also touching every part of the Earth, this electrical field, magnetic field. And we as humans have our own electrical field as well. But we fit where we live. We feel at home, we feel comfortable by the energy around us. Now this energy that we emit from the body, give out from the body, touches other living things. It's like when you meet somebody for the first time and you walk up to them and you put your hand out to say hi, you can straight away feel comfortable or not comfortable because the energy fields are touching. It's a bit like the human resonance coming from the sun touching the Earth. It's affecting the electrical field around the Earth, the magnetic field. But because we're on this Earth and that energy is all around us and we're used to it, we have to rely upon our own inner sense. We have to listen to what we feel. And when I say listen, it should be hyphenated. That means see, hear, feel, taste, and smell. All your senses. Now, I've learned to literally have no limitation of what's working at any one time. I just know something's affecting me. When I meet that person for the first time, I know comfortable or uncomfortable. If I'm uncomfortable, I may take a step back or say, okay, thank you, bye-bye. And that's it. We didn't merge. We're sort of like, their energy field comes up to mine comes up to theirs. And instead of going, hi, we can mix and say hello and feel comfortable, it goes, no, I don't like. Something's not mixing. It's like oil and water. That energy that you emit is electrical. It's like a magnetic field. And so you've got a Schumann resonance, the solar flares from the sun, you've got the magnetic field around the Earth, all playing around with your body. My wife, well, we both had COVID a couple of months back, and we recovered. There's side effects in having COVID, and we're more sensitive. My wife's more tired more often than not. I'm hyper, believe it or not. I don't even drink coffee, but my friends who know me said, have you had a cup of coffee, Graham? Because you're hyper. My energy is different from my wife's, but we blend together. We work together. We're not butting heads all the time. In fact, it's very rare we butt heads at all. Because we've learned to compromise, learned to listen within ourselves, to feel comfortable and be honest with ourselves and each other and those that we meet. So if you walk up to somebody for the first time and you feel comfortable, no problem. enjoy the time with them. But when you listen within, you're affecting your crown chakra, all the chakras. You're affecting each and every one in different ways. Look up the meaning of each chakra point. You've got the head, the crown, the third eye, the speech which comes here from your vocal. You've got your heart. You've got your emotional center just below your sternum. And you've got your root chakra, base of the spine. All these are affected. You know, if you eat the wrong food, your stomach takes a while to tell you that was the wrong food. But you can smell it. You go, something wrong with that, I don't want it. Oh, that smells nice, I'll eat it. And it's not bad. But your body tells you whether it was good for you or not. It's the same principle when you're looking at food, tasting food, smelling food. The energy around you and what you give out, your auric field, touches other people. And they touch you. And that's how, as an intuitive medium, I can feel somebody's discomfort. I'm what's called a medical intuitive, but I'm not trained as a medic at all. I don't profess to be, ever. I don't diagnose or anything like that. But I can feel other people's symptoms. I can feel broken bones, kidney issues, heart issues, or vision, toothache, backache, neckache, whatever. I feel it because I've experienced a lot in my life and I've learned to listen. I listen to my memories. I listen to my body. I listen with my ears, my nose, my mouth, my eyes, my heart, my skin, everything. Every one of us can work through all this energy waves. I know it's changing me and it's changing you, but it's how you perceive it, how you wish to deal with it. You say, now it's all hogwash. That's fine. That's your choice. But I know as a spirit-guided person, and that I know I'm a spirit having a human experience, that if I didn't listen to my guides, didn't listen to that which I was born with, my intuition, I'd be failing myself and those that come around me in spirit and help guide me. Like I was saying to Cece before the show, I have no clue what I'm going to say consciously. But I have learned to trust that voice within me. I listen to that voice within me. The human resonance hitting the earth, those solar flares hitting the earth, the X-Mac, it's more lucid with this stuff. But the solar flares that are coming off, as I said, are so intense. They are affecting every living creature on this earth in lesser or greater degree. You just think back the last couple of weeks, especially with the Northern Lights coming around, and it's global. It's not just the Northern Lights anymore, it's global lights. How can that be? The power of the flare from the sun is hitting the magnetic field around the earth so much, instead of being a circle around the earth, it's been streamlined a little bit because the power coming from the top is pushing the earth's energy field, magnetic field, and thinning it a bit. But it's strong enough. The more energy that hits the north or wherever it's hitting, the earth fights it, it counteracts it, and puts a barrier, a buffer. We don't know how that happens. We don't. We have theories, theses, and all the rest of it. And I do know a little bit about that, but as I say, I'm not a scientist. I'm a medium. I'm going with what I've been told by my guides. And in this show of Dare to Dream, being intuitive is about listening to everything that your body and consciousness tells you, reacting to it. But you've really, really got to be honest as you listen. It's like I bumped into a friend the other day, and I said to her, I said, "What's wrong? I feel a lot of sadness around you." She said, "Yeah, I'm not having a good time with my partner." I said, "Well, you know, the negative part of partnership, it reminds you of why do I feel that? What am I contributing to this negativity? It's not the partner giving you the negativity, it's how you react to their actions. They may have the best intentions of saying, I just want to show you this, this, and this. I'm guilty of that with my wife. I always want to do more for her. But I forget sometimes she's an independent lady and she can cope quite well. And I have to take that step back. And I think, why am I like that with my wife? She's fantastic. She does so much. And I think, because I'm insecure. I was a shy, introverted kid until I joined the Navy, the Royal Navy. I did 14 and a half years. And when I left that, I stopped being an introvert, stopped being a shy person. I stood up and said, this is me. It took many years to become what I am today. I'm still shy I'm still shy in one way. My personal true feelings I only share with my wife and very close loved ones. But otherwise, everyone said, "Hey, Graham, how are you? Well, you've been not seen you for a long time. Miss your energy," which makes me feel worth living. I feel I'm doing something to make people happy. But I want to be happy first. I need to be happy so I can make my wife happy, and then my family, and my friends, and whomever I bump into. This human resonance and the solar flares are hitting the earth for a reason. We don't know. We're not God. But I believe strongly that it's affecting my DNA. It's changing my body, my heart rate, my kidneys, and my mind working so differently in the last couple of months that these waves have been hitting the earth. I don't understand it. I'm not professing I do. But I'm aware that something's changing within me. And I've really got to listen to this. Because what's the point of experiencing life in human form as a spirit? Unless I face what it is I feel, see, hear, taste, and all the senses. The electrical field around me is teaching me something. There's talk about the fifth dimension coming. This could be part of it. Another dimension, if you want to take away the fifth. Another change to human physicality. We know when we pass over as physical beings, we die, our spirit continues to live. It goes to a different level. I know this. I've seen too many people's spirit. I've connected so many people with their loved ones and proved that their loved ones are still with them, still evolving, and being with the ones that they love on this earth. And that's by experience. But this is new to me. Experience all this energy changes, the intensity. In some places, I just can't go. One of the best examples is if you're interested in crystals, there's many good crystal shops around, especially in Florida, St. Augustine, Casadega, and some local shops where I live in Lake County. And I walk in and I have to walk out because the energy is so wrong. And then it took me a few years ago to work out, I'm on about 15 to 20 years ago, I found out the reason why I feel this when I walk into a crystal shop. Most crystals are from different countries or other parts of the US. Now, as I said about where we humans are on this earth, we're in a certain position on this earth, in a certain magnetic position with the magnetic field around the earth affecting us, and we feel comfortable being here. The same applies to material items. We call it as mediums clairsentience. We can feel the energy from an inanimate object. We just know things from that energy field. We read it. We can hold up an envelope with a picture inside and we can feel what's in that picture. It takes experience. I've done it many years. I've not done it recently, but I've done it for many years. And the clairsentience, when I walk into a crystal shop, their magnetic screw up, all these new crystals being put in a new magnetic position, affect my sensitivity. I'm hyper, I'm trying to slow it down, folks. The magnetic energy from the crystals affects my magnetic energy. And I can't go into a shop with a lot of new crystals. It gives me a migraine instantly, especially like going to a spiritual place like Casadega, for example. Walked into their Andrew Jackson building, and there's a shop, and there's a lot of crystals there. And I'd walk away. Give me a headache straight away. The more as I walked away, the headache dissipated. It was literally as simple as that. It's like going next to a radiator and it's hot, or a fire. It's hot. The closer you get to it, you feel the heat straight away. And when you get to a comfortable distance, you stay where you are. Same with magnetics. Your body tells you, if you listen to your body, but you've got to be honest with yourself as well. The other part of all this that I'm saying is, why do we need this change? Well, for example, in America, there's a lot of change happening. Now, I'm not going political, but there's a lot of political activity that's affecting a lot of us. And it's, in some cases, causing a divide. And say, oh, it's bad, it's negative. Well, negativity means that point differs from your own. When you meet somebody who is of the same mindset, same energy, or similar, it's not negative. But you need the negative to make you aware of the positive. It has to balance. This energy that's hitting the earth at the moment is causing us to go up and down, positive, negative, positive, negative. And that's why in the last couple of months especially, America has been hit with so much emotional changes. And it is, as far as I know, from what I've heard on the different podcasts and news around the world, it's affecting the whole world. Not just from what America's doing, but from what each country is experiencing due to this energy change, shifts in the energy, the intensity. It's stronger in some places, weaker in others. But it's all doing this, it's up and down. And we have to think, we have to listen to what our bodies are telling us. Do you want to stay in that energy field? Or do you want to change it? Or do you want to leave it? Because your thoughts are electrical as well. But when you give speech out, it becomes a physical confirmation of what you feel. That's why they say, tell the truth when you speak. Because if you don't, people can pick it up straight away that you're lying. They don't know how. It may be the choice of words, but there's other factors in their memory that are being stimulated to say, I know the truth, and you're not saying it, or you are saying it. It's all electrical energy that's always trying to merge, or it bounces. Like minds attract, they say, but I think like minds are like this. Opposites attract, they say. Well, my wife's one person, I'm another, and we attract each other. But the people I don't like bounce. And they're not like-minded for me. It's how you interpret. The other thing I want to say on Going Bold Media is that all the different shows that are hosted on this media are so varied. It's wonderful to be one facet of that. I don't know of many mediums in Going Bold Media. I knew of one, maybe two, but each one fits. We all fit. We all want to merge together different energies. And by listening to my inner voices, my inner gut instinct, my energy, I feel comfortable doing the shows with CC and all the others. I don't have a lot of free time to sit and watch a lot of the shows because, as I say, I don't have a lot of free time. I'm retired. And I thought, I could take my time, I could put my feet up, watch the telly, or just go sunbathe, or do whatever I want. I am so busy. I don't have time to go to work. But I feel happier being busy. Now, in a couple of minutes, we're going to go for a break, about 3 more minutes. But I want you to think about this. How does your energy feel now? And when you look back, can you see the difference? Don't worry if you can't, but start to listen within. Start to notice when you meet somebody new or meet somebody you've already known for a long time or whatever. Just feel that energy. And remember, with the Schumann resonance coming and the solar flares and the magnetic fields, northern lights, I'll tell you why the northern lights change colour when we come back from the break. But I want you to start taking notice of that energy affecting you. And it's not negative. Seriously, it's not negative. It's changing you because that energy has been changing you all your life. It's just a little bit more intense. Now, as I say, I'm the host of Dare to Dream, Graham Williamson. I'm an international intuitive, medium, and psychic. And I hope you'll come back in a couple of minutes and I'm going to give you all these details about contacting me on my emails, amedium77@gmail.com, or my telephone number is Florida, USA 352-409-1060. Leave a voice message. If you don't, I can't answer you. Or you can contact me on Hotmail, the Britt with 2 T's, 77@hotmail.com. Send us a text. I'm on Facebook. Look for Graham Williamson or Medium Graham Williamson and drop me a DM because I'm here to learn with you. Right, we're going for a quick break. I'm back in a minute or two. See you in a bit. Welcome back, everybody, to Dare to Dream. I'm the host of the show, Graham Williamson, international intuitive, evidential medium and psychic, and we're on Going Bold Media. Please join us. Thanks for coming back. Now, as I said, I was going to tell you a little bit about why the Northern Lights are different colours. You've got to remember that electrical energy comes in different wavelengths, and the Earth is surrounded by a big envelope of atmosphere, and in it it's got moisture. And with this solar winds or flares, whatever you want to call them, hitting the Earth, the moisture is affected by those electrical fields and the different intensities. Because it's not just a single jet, it's multi headings of the energy field as it hits. It's like each end of your finger is a different field of energy coming from the sun. I apologize for my stuttering. I'm too hyper and I'm having to really hold it down. But the energy that the sun is emitting and hitting the Earth's magnetic field is causing that moisture to refract colours. And if any of you have seen like the Northern Lights, especially the last couple of weeks, you see big waves of different colours, of greens and blues, yellows, and all the rest of it, indigos. It's like the rainbow. It literally is like the rainbow. But it's because of the intensity of the light being refracted in the moisture. That's my interpretation. I may be totally scientifically wrong, but that's my interpretation of what's happening. I was a cook in the Royal Navy, and I was very fortunate to be in the Mediterranean or the North Sea and seeing, especially the North Sea, seeing the Northern Lights. It's very rare in the Mediterranean that I saw the Northern Lights, but occasionally we did. That was back in the 70s and the 80s, early. So I understood that drier the air, the less likely I was to see of this refraction of light by the energy. But from what I remember, the Earth's atmosphere is 35 miles up, maybe more. And there's different levels of moisture. That's why I've got different levels of clouds. So there could be more moisture on extreme north or top of the atmosphere. And the way that the ions, protons, electrons, and all the rest of it, whatever it is up there in space hitting the Earth and being excited by this solar energy hitting those protons, electrons, and all the rest of it, is going to cause them to spark. And the moisture and the refraction causes the colours. That's my interpretation. As I say, it makes sense to me in only that the electrical energy hitting the Earth is causing these colours to change and be visible. The fact it's hitting the whole of the Earth, from the North Pole all the way down, as far as I've heard, south of Australia into the Antarctic. Now, I've been to the North Pole and the South Pole. I was fortunate enough in my Navy career to do so. And I never saw the Northern Lights in the South Pole. Oh, it's the Northern Lights, not the Southern Lights. But you've got to remember, when you go south of the equator, the magnetic field goes a different direction around the Earth. One goes clockwise, the Northern Hemisphere, and the other one goes anti-clockwise. And I know that when you put water down a drain on the Northern Hemisphere, it goes clockwise. Or is it not? It goes one way or the other. When you go to the Southern Hemisphere, it goes the opposite way. It really does. Because of the way the magnetics affect the electrons and all the rest of it in the water. It's not just because the pipe is shaped that way. You just throw a bucket of water into a tube, and as it settles, going into the tube and draining away, it eventually spin one way. As it's going down, nearly empty, you'll see the spin. It's because of the magnetic energy of the hemisphere you're in. So if you get crystals coming from the southern hemisphere up to the northern, it's going to cause a magnetic anomaly. And I feel it. A lot of sensitives feel this. A lot of psychics. Everybody's a psychic, but in different degrees. But not everybody's a medium. That's what I've learned. A medium is somebody whose energy is raised to meet spirit. And the only way you can do that is by being honest with yourself and being truthful. I admit I don't know a lot, but I admit what I know is what I'm sharing with you. And I am correcting myself when I realize I've made a mistake. That to me is very important to who I am. I never want to give misinformation. And I do my best not to. But that's why I wanted to say, if you listen within, you will hear the honesty in my voice is the best I can be. Because I have to honor my contract of being here on this earth and working with spirit to the best of my ability to guide you to understand all this energy hitting the earth is changing you. I don't know what into. I only know what I have read and picked up and heard, that we are changing all the time. We're evolving all the time. And this energy hitting the earth is changing us quicker. But there was a guy called Carrington that noticed the extreme solar energy hitting the earth, causing the northern lights to be global. In those days, I think it's 50 or 60 years ago, this guy Carrington, I may be wrong, but I'm just trying to remember. He said it's called the Carrington effect because he actually realized the sun's energy and these flares were causing the northern lights to be excited and more visible, more widely seen around the planet. And they are more intense now than they've ever been as far as records have been held. Why? The sun's changing. So's the earth. So are we. You can make this a positive in your life by looking at it and know you can't control it. You can only deal with it. I'm not saying, oh, it's wonderful, it's going to be all great. No, I don't know. But I do know that if I keep myself grounded, I take my socks and shoes off and put my feet on the ground and I feel the energy. And I can get rid of the negative energy that's sort of sitting inside my chakra points, for want of a better phrase. And I say, please, just cleanse me. Just make me feel complete and whole and safe. But that takes time because you've got to analyze inside yourself. You've got to say, is my heart feeling good? Is my stomach feeling good? Am I being truthful? Am I seeing things with my third eye better? Am I grounded? So all this energy coming through the top, my crown, is flowing through me. And only the good energy resides in my body. The only way you know if it's good is by listening within. The only time you can react to it is when you talk about it to yourself or other people. Not think it, talk. Use your voice to vent. Think about the word vent. An outlet. A drain or whatever you want to call it. The more you say from your heart, the more at ease you become. If you only use your brain and ego, say, no, that's fine, no, and then you go away and think, I didn't say the right thing. They didn't believe me. Ego steps in. Ego is good to a point, but it can override your senses. And you have to be honest 24/7. When I work with the energy that's hitting this earth, as I said, I feel hyper. And one of the reasons I'm also hyper at the moment is I'm going to England to see one of my grandchildren and my daughter and my brother and sisters who I haven't seen for many years. I've never met my grandson physically. I'm celebrating 3 birthdays, my brother and 2 sisters, this month. One was the 13th, another the 19th, another on the 30th. I'm going to have a blast. I'm trying to get everything done, and I'm feeling so comfortable about doing it. I'm tired, but I'm excited. I'm doing as much as I can for my wife because I'm going to be away for 13 days. I want her to be safe and happy and content, and she doesn't have to do any heavy lifting because this energy is causing her a little bit of high blood pressure. And it's also the after effects of the COVID virus. So I'm concerned. If there's any doubt, I wouldn't go. She wouldn't let me go, and I wouldn't want to go. But she wants me to go because she knows this might be my last time on being able to. And I'm not being doom and gloom. I'm 70 this year. I don't have a lot of money to play around with. I've saved up to do this. But I'm confident that the energy that's flowing through me is putting me in the right place at the right time. I'm listening within to know I'm doing the best thing I can for my wife, my family, and my daughter and her son, and my sisters and my brother, my son and his family, my nephews and nieces. I've told them all I'm coming to England. I'm there till the 2nd. Because the energy I'm taking with me is all positive to my family in England. It doesn't matter if they're positive or negative. I'm going to be positive. There's a Freudian slip if ever I had one. But I'm going to be positive with everybody. I've missed being with my family over there. But this is my heart family here. My wife, my 2 stepdaughters, my friends. I have 2 sisters and a brother over here. Half sisters and half brother. I speak to one of them, the other 2 I don't, because our energies don't mix as readily as I would like. It may take time. But I'm willing to face whatever comes because this energy flowing through me is here for a reason. I'm here for a reason. You're here for a reason. The solar energy is going to change you. But you consciously listening within can make it a positive experience. I ask you to just think about it. And please, if you want to contact me again, there's many ways of doing it. There's email and there's my telephone number. I would like you to like, comment and share my show and let me know what you think. Because I'm not going away. This energy is not going away. It's going to change, but it's not going to go away. What are you going to do with it? Are you going to live your life to the best of your ability? I know one thing. I'm doing my best to do the same. And I want to wish each and every one of you a beautiful life. And if you need assistance, I'll do what I can. But thanks for coming to Dare to Dream today. I'm your host, Graham Williamson. I'm an international evidential, intuitive medium and psychic. And I wish all of you a wonderful evening. And CC, it's time to close the shop. And I'll see you in 2 weeks' time on Wednesday. Oh no, it's going to be recording that Wednesday. What was it? 1 second, I'm going to check the date. Second. I will be posting the date. It's 2 weeks from today. There's going to be a recording. I hope you'll join us, and I'll speak to you later. Thank you for watching the show.